Welcome back. Up next, Forum Daily's Energy Update with Dan McTeague. Dan is the senior petroleum analyst at GasWizard.ca, and he joins us now. Take it away.
Thanks for that, Nima. And again, another wild week on the energy markets. Thankfully, we only have to look into a long weekend for many people, a March break weekend in many parts of the country. And we may actually be celebrating. I never thought I'd see the day, $1.70 for a liter of gasoline here in Ontario. Who would have known back in 2020, 21, and even the last days of first days of January that we'd see prices on average that high, and that we'd be celebrating these decreases. But such is the world we live in today. And while it's easy to blame the maniacal leader Putin himself and his attack on Ukraine, the fundamentals point to a far different story that we have been talking about here for several months. And that's that Canada, along with a lot of other nations, have allowed green energy to really paint us into a corner, such that we don't produce enough oil or natural gas to meet the world's demands, and ever increasing demand post-pandemic. Europe being, of course, the poster child of what not to do and how to go down and triple down and quadruple down net zero fantasies of thinking you can put all of your eggs and reliability into, a couple of wind panels, wind mills and solar panels. And of course, when there is no wind or there's very little in the way of sun, doesn't really allow you to juice up your electric vehicle, now does it? In Canada, we're heading down this road, and it seems we have really the tale of two cities. Dick, to remind ourselves of Dickens and his others, but the reality is that for most of us, the cost of energy is becoming extraordinarily unaffordable. But our politicians all don't want to stop. They want to continue doubling down. Justin Trudeau has said that he doesn't care. He's going to come ahead with your 2.5 cent a liter carbon tax on gasoline and diesel. He's still going to go ahead with your 4 cent increase come December 1st. And even though you're paying the highest prices for energy ever, he believes there's alternatives. Sad news is that energy, like renewables, can't be realized. They can't exist, including electric vehicles, without oil and gas, and they never will. And that's because unless someone's got a different way of bending the molecules to create hemp that'll replace steel, that will replace polymers, that will replace resins, that will replace diesel, I think we're really dealing with a world of huge fantasies, and those fantasies now have a cost. Not only do we see Vladimir Putin exploiting them because Europe and other parts of the world, like the United States, are on their knees, the cost of blocking pipelines has also meant a deep discount to the Canadian dollar, and that means our purchasing power has been eroded by about 30%. You heard it, 30%. So a liter of gasoline costing an extra 25 cents a liter because the Canadian dollar is no longer on par with the US greenback. The US dollar is the benchmark for every commodity we consume, including food. So when you complain and wonder not only the cost of fuel is up, why is food up? Well, then you have no one to blame but those in this country who've been spending a lot of time destroying the very thing that keeps this economy afloat. That's our oil and gas sector, and more importantly, the pipelines that we get to the world. I was just having a discussion with someone a little earlier and said the Trudeau government had not torpedoed the Energy East, the Northern Gateway, did nothing about Biden's killing the Keystone, and in fact had not allowed people to play games with the Trans Mountain Pipeline expansion. Canada would be offering the world over 3 million barrels of oil. That's the shortage, the global shortage we currently have. So Canada very much would be the solution. You wouldn't be seeing oil at $110 to $120 a barrel. You'd see it down at $60 a barrel, which is where it should be, and the Canadian dollar would be on par. But I digress. So next week, we're going to see prices move back up. Starting this Sunday, expect a 4 to 5 cent a liter increase. That'll push prices in Vancouver back up and above or near $2 a liter. Toronto will probably see about $1.75. The West will continue to see prices move down a little bit from 170. You see that in Calgary and Edmonton. That'll probably move down to about $1.65. Of course, Winnipeg and Regina will follow as well. Quebec could expect about $1.85 going forward. And of course, the Maritimes, which think regulated prices are cool, are now paying among the highest prices we've ever seen. It's a very confusing system there. Look for a net increase this week of about 5 cents a liter. And I think that's where it's going to hold until April, when we start to see greater demand and refineries go through spring maintenance. And of course, the addition of both carbon tax and the clean fuel standard. April is going to knock your socks off. You're going to see, once again, record prices, the likes of which you saw earlier this week. Well, that's it for me, Nima. For all those taking a March break, enjoy, and we'll catch up to you in the next session. Bye for now.
Always a very informative segment, Dan. Thanks for that. That was Dan McTeague, Senior Petroleum Analyst at GasWizard.ca. He is also the president of Canadians for Affordable Energy. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break with a look at the constantly evolving world of cryptocurrencies and digital assets. Forum Daily's Crypto Update with Catherine Murray is up next, so stay tuned.